Hey hustlers, welcome back to the AI Faceless Hustle channel, the spot where we teach you how to create, automate, and monetize with AI, all without ever showing your face. And today, I'm showing you how to jump in on this talking baby podcast trend that's taking over right now, getting content creators millions of views across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram with videos just like this.
Is cocaine a stronger up?
Yeah. Cocaine
So you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll be out on your own porch. You know?
This tutorial is beginner friendly, completely faceless, and I'll walk you through every step to help you make your own viral talking baby podcast video using free AI tools. So if you've been waiting for a sign to get in on this trend and start building up content that grows your brand and brings in passive income, this is it. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have my guide pulled up here on how to create your talking baby podcast faceless video. First thing you're going to want to do is find a reference photo that you can use, or you can make it from scratch, but it's a lot better when you find a reference photo that you can work off of, because a lot of what the trend is finding somebody that's already a celebrity or somebody who has a podcast, so that way when you turn them into a baby, it really pops. So once you find your reference photo, you'll open up ChatGPT and then you will start creating your talking baby. So here's how I recommend finding your reference photo. I'm going to use Theo as an example. I'd like to turn him into a talking baby avatar. So I just typed in Theo podcast and looked around on some different photos that I can use, preferably without his hat on, so we could get his hairstyle and all that good stuff in there. This is a good picture that you could use right here, and you could just crop it out to where it's just a little picture of Theo. I already have a picture that I found, and so I went ahead and I put it into ChatGPT already. This is the picture that I ended up cropping out of a video of a podcast. And so now that I have my reference photo, I went and I pasted this in there, which is a prompt that you can use to take the image and turn them into a baby avatar. So what I have here is create a photorealistic image of a baby who closely resembles the adult in the reference photo. Maintain the same eye color, skin tone, and hair color. Match key facial features such as eye shape, eyebrows, nose structure, and smile. Style the baby's hair in a baby-appropriate version of the adult's hairstyle. The baby should be smiling or showing a joyful expression. Dress the baby in a similar outfit, style, example hoodie or casual wear, and use soft lighting with a colorful modern background that complements the original photo. And so this is what ChatGPT gave me. Turned out pretty cute. Looks a lot like Theo, especially with the haircut. The only difference is I wanted to have him more zoomed out, so I went ahead and I added this prompt in there. Put him in a podcast studio background, make it have a mic in front of him, and add headphones on. Also make the image more zoomed out. When I did that, it gave me this image, which was really cute. I like it. It has him on the set, so that looked really good. The only thing is I wanted to make sure that he was 9:16 for my aspect ratio, because I planned on using this as a reel. And so if you were using this as a reel, you're going to want to make sure that you have the 9:16 aspect ratio in there as well, or you can do 16:9 depending if you're, making a widescreen or vertical. And when I typed that in, this is what ChatGPT gave me. So I was happy with that. And I went ahead and I downloaded it, but I did want his background to look similar to the other baby avatar I created. Okay, which is our cool little baby Trump. Let's go ahead and find him. All right, this is the other avatar that I already have created. So I wanted Theo to have a similar background as him. And so I took the picture that they made and the reference picture that I wanted them to have the background of. And so I just put both pictures into ChatGPT in the same log and said, add the background from the second photo onto the first photo so that they look like they're in the same room. And this is what we got. So it went from looking like this to looking like this. So I had more of a darker tone. So that looked good to me. It looked like it would match the baby Trump avatar. So now that I have that downloaded, okay, with this prompt right here, which I will link below in the description so you guys can run with it. Now that I like it, if you wanted to tweak it, all you would need to do is just keep reviewing it and tweaking it to match your reference photo, okay? And once you have the photo you want, just go ahead and download it like I have. And then go to step 2, which is turning your image into a short video. So I recommend going to Kling AI. Now you can go to other image movement generator tools. There's a few of them out there. I know another one is Halo, but we're going to go with Kling AI, and we're going to upload that image that we downloaded of baby Theo. Okay, we have him right here, and then I already have baby Trump in there. But this is what you're going to want to do once you get to Kling AI, okay? When you set up an account with Kling AI, they will automatically give you 160 free credits that you can use. And you can generate up to 4 videos with movement. So you can make the most of your account before you have to pay for credits. But all you would need to do is, let's say you're on the home page, you would just want to click on video. And then right here is where you will upload your image. Okay. So let's go ahead and put baby Theo in there. We're going to get him uploaded. And then while that's uploading, we want to add our movement prompt to this. Now, Kling AI will add its own movement to it, but we want it to be more like a talking moving baby avatar in a podcast. So I have a movement prompt here that you can use. Okay, and I'm going to copy this and paste it into Kling AI just to show you how to do it. I already have it completed, but I just want to show you how you would do this if you were uploading it yourself. And then I'm going to paste that prompt in there. And the prompt is, a cute baby is speaking confidently on a podcast looking at the camera, naturally moving his hands with playful gestures, like he's explaining something very important in an adorable, curious way. Okay. And then from there, you're just going to, there is an optional negative prompt. I've been testing that out. And so you can enter a negative prompt in there to prevent like blurs or hand distortions or whatnot, or you can just leave it blank. It's pretty good as far as making the movements nice and natural, depending on how you have your prompt worded. But let's go ahead down and go to here where it says standard or professional. Make sure that you have standard picked. Select a 10-second video. This right here will give you a longer movement, so it'll look more natural. And then, of course, make sure that you're on the Kling 1.6 model. It's very important. I made the mistake of picking Kling 2.0, and instead of it being 40 credits, it ended up being 200 credits. So don't do that. And then once everything looks good, you would just click generate, and then it's going to make the video for you. I'm going to go ahead and download it again so you can see it. And as you can see, it looks really good, really natural. He's really into his little baby podcast, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. So now that we have step 2 completed, we're going to now move to step 3, which is create your podcast script for your podcast or a monologue. All right, if you wanted to do a podcast style from an existing podcast, like let's say you go to Theo and you want to take a clip out of that, you can always download that. So for an example, I went ahead and I downloaded this little clip.
Why did a country give an airplane to the United States Air Force? Okay, the United States, not to me, to the United States Air Force.
Okay, like that's an example of some content that you could use for your talking avatar. Another example is that you can go over here to where I have a prompt and you can actually create a little story for your talking baby avatar, and you can make him, say something pretty funny. So let's go over here, let's copy this prompt and let's go back. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're inspired by this content and want to have your very own talking AI avatar made to represent you and your brand, check out our AI avatar creation services, link below in the description. Now let's get back to the video. I went ahead and I pasted this prompt in there, and it just basically says a baby named Baby T, is what I'm calling him, is hosting a solo podcast titled, Why Should You Take Advice from a Baby? Okay, you can take this and replace it with any topic you want to talk about. And then after that, it says, write a short, cute, and thoughtful monologue where Baby T talks like a confident toddler discovering the world. Use playful, simple language, gentle humor, a few baby-like quirks, like giggles or clapping, and surprisingly deep or funny insights that both kids and adults can enjoy. Keep it sweet, curious, and heartwarming, like a baby TED Talk. So when I entered that prompt in there, it gave me a little monologue that I can use for Baby T. So with that being said, now that we have our scripts and an audio save, depending on what it is that you want to use, we're now going to go over to where we can do the voiceover and where we can actually lip sync the baby so the script can match him while he's talking. I recommend going to Dreamface or 11 Labs, but Dreamface is what we're going to focus on for this particular video. All right, I have Dreamface pulled up right here. This is an AI generator that's going to help your baby with lip syncing. It has a, variety of other tools as well, but what we're going to do is focus on the video lip syncing option.
Hey, welcome to Dreamface.
And then click Generate Avatar Video. Okay, I already have the babies uploaded in here, but here's an example if I wanted to do something with Baby T, okay? Baby Chump, he looks pretty cool. He's got his little chain with his, USA charm on there, so he looks pretty G'd up in a cool, patriotic way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to ChatGPT and I'm going to paste everything it gave me, which I actually have already here on a notepad. And I'm just going to copy this because that is something that you have to pay attention to make sure that you're not pasting in like little notes, like when it says giggle or, when he goes, or, he blows a kiss. Like you want to make sure you take that out of there. So when you do the voiceover, it's not reading that, if that makes sense. So here's the Baby T. I'm going to paste that into this area right here. Okay, I have his little monologue there. And what's cool about Dreamface is that you can pick the voiceover right in the lip syncing tool. So you can go in here and pick from female, male, child. But what's cool about this is they actually have a celebrity section that if you are on the pro plan, you can pick the Trump voice. All right, which makes it even cooler.
Welcome to Dreamface.
So we're going
You have a wonderful day.
We're going to pick Trump celebrity voice to really make him stand out because that's what's adding to the viral aspect to these talking baby avatars is that they're using their grown-up voices. So it makes it look pretty out there and people are loving it. So now that I have my script in there, I'm going to generate the video. And so it should take about less than a minute. It doesn't take that long, but once it's completed, it will go from the generating tab and it will move over to the completed tab. So you'll know when it's done because it won't be under generating anymore. It'll go straight to completed. So we'll wait for this to finish generating, and we will see how our baby Trump tells his story. Okay, and so this is how he turned out with his scripts.
Hey, Baby T, welcome back to my podcast. Today's episode is called Why You Should Take Advice from a Baby. Yep, a baby like me blows raspberry. Now you might be thinking, what does a baby know? Well, let me tell you something. Babies know LOTs were like tiny little tourist machines with chubby cheeks.
So as you can see, it kind of sounds like Trump, so that adds some character to it. And if you didn't want to do it that way, you didn't want to, paste a script in there yourself, you could just go and, like I said, you could find the audio and you can just upload the audio that you've selected from a podcast and you can generate it that way. Now, keep in mind, if you are on the free plan, you can get up to 30 seconds. And with the Pro account, you can get anywhere from 3 to all the way up to 10 minutes lip syncing included in the video. So let's say we wanted to just use the audio, right? I already have one created here. And so let's see.
Why did a country give an airplane to the United States Air Force? Okay, the United States, not to me, to the United States Air Force. Why did a country give an airplane to the United States?
So you can get as creative as you want to, okay? And if this is something that you would want to go with, you could click download. And if you wanted to redo it, you would just hit redo. And you can upload a new audio file, or you can paste a text in there, however you want to do it, okay? Here is our talking baby Theo for his side of the conversation. So with that said, we are now going to head on over to step 5. Now that we have our talking babies, we're going to go to step 5 and we're going to get some background music. Now, depending on, what you're using to edit your videos with, whether it's YouTube Studio or Filmora or CapCut, you can go to, for an example, YouTube Studio. You can log in there and click on audio library, and there's a music that you can pick from music to sound effects. Okay, and anything you star would be under your star section. If it's something that you can use, go ahead and grab it, right? Or you can go into your video editor like we have here, and we're using Filmora to do our video editing. I'll go ahead and drop the link below for you guys to check this out. You can use this as a beginner, or you can use this being an advanced video editor. So no matter what level you're at, this is a good video editor for you, or you can simply use CapCut. But if I wanted to pick a background music for the podcast, I would go right here where it says audio, and then I would click on music, and then I would just skim through it and see what I liked. But being that this is a funny little podcast, I would just type in funny and then, see what pops up for funny music. Right? And then you can just pick accordingly. And then what you would do if you wanted to do a back and forth talking baby podcast, then you would go into your video editor and you would add in the videos that you generated that are talking, and then you would put in your background music. And then when it comes to, like, for an example, this podcast clip here that we made.
Is cocaine a stronger
Oh, yeah.
up?
Yeah.
So you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you could.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out on your own.
So, as you can see, it's pretty comical. This was actually taken from an actual podcast that Theo and Trump were having together. So we took the clip of the podcast that's going viral, and we went ahead and threw in our talking baby avatars in there, and went ahead and created this cute little short. So if this is something that you would like to learn, like how to get into the video editing, just drop it in the comments, let me know, and we can show you how we use our video editing program through Filmora. So with that being said, now that you have all that, you would download the file, and then you want to upload it to Facebook. You can upload it to TikTok, Instagram. You want to make sure that you have a compelling title. Like for an example, you could use funny baby podcast episode, real talk from the crib, depending on how you want to, angle your baby talking podcast video. And of course, don't forget to use your tags, thumbnail, and description. But just to show you guys as an example, this right here is a TikTok page of a talking baby that is just going completely viral. As you can see, 2.2 million views, 5.8 million views, 4.8. I mean, you can get really creative with this and create some great faceless content, whether you're monetizing this to bring in money from their platforms, or you're using these creative way to have faceless marketing to advertise your products, promote your brand, your movement, whatever the case may be. This is exactly how you would do it. And that's how you make a talking baby podcast video. Faceless, fun, and ready to go viral. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a drop from AI Faceless Hustle, where we teach you how to create, automate, and monetize with AI. If you got questions, drop them in the comments or let me know what tutorial you want next. Until then, keep building, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one.